I literally was just like drinking a smoothie. I'm wearing what I slept in last night, and I just had all of these thoughts going through my head when I was trying to think about how I was going to film today. Normally what I do is my brain is like, I can very easily compartmentalize things, I think. I'm going to film a what's in my bag video. Normally I can really compartmentalize health stuff, everything that's going on in life, and then YouTube. I can just kind of get it done, you know? I'm like, okay, I just need to get in a mindset, turn on the camera, talk about makeup. I kind of just like put everything else to the side. But I just don't feel like I can talk about what's in a friggin' purse today, you know? Let me put on some, we're gonna do a shadow and schmooze here, so I need to start putting on makeup. This is a Laura Mercier Illuminating Primer. This is a new one. The last couple weeks have been pretty hellish health days. All of the videos that you've been seeing, except for I think I was able to film one Foundation Friday and one other one like at night one of the days. It's like as soon as I start to talk, I've already cut out a lot of stuff, I can tell at this point. As soon as I start to talk about this stuff, I like stop myself because it's freaking scary. At a quote unquote normal job, like when I had one before YouTube, for example, and went into an office every day, I would, you know, not be feeling great, get a migraine, have to tell my boss and go home. That was like pretty much the extent of what my coworkers knew about health stuff, maybe besides like one or two friends at work. And I don't even think that those people really understood. But now this is my job. And so it makes it sometimes difficult when you're going through a lot of shit on the other side to just turn on the camera and, you know, talk about a new lipstick or something. It's very odd because at other jobs you can kind of just do your thing on the computer, try and push it aside, but you're not what's being presented, if that makes sense. Like your work is not yourself and your work. So normally I can just kind of, like I said, just switch it off and be like, okay, this is YouTube mode. I just have to get it done because if I have a couple hours where I feel like I'm feeling decent enough to have lights on and film, I just do it. Like there's really no other option besides not uploading. I have everything pre-filmed like weeks in advance. So any opportunity, whether it's a Saturday, a Sunday, like no matter what day of the week it is, whether it's at 9 p.m. at night or 6 in the morning, if I feel like I can do this, I do it because I don't know when the next time I'm going to be able to do it is. Like that's how I get stuff done, and that's how I am able to make a living and do this. And I'm so I can't even. Okay, my eyes are going to be like bloodshot this entire video. I'm so grateful this has turned into what it has for me because I would not be able to have a full-time job, like normal office job, what I was doing before, unless I just had like a super chill boss. But it might kind of go in waves where I have like a couple days where I'm like, ooh, this is, you know, feeling like I can live life a little bit right now, and I'll be able to like go on walks and see people and work. And like normally in those days I'll just crank out a few videos, but those are the days that you guys see. Like any time that I'm talking on camera, those are those days. I'm not sure why I always think I'm going to be able to hold it together, and then this happens. Those are not 99% of what I experience. When I'm feeling decent enough to be here, I like to just not think about this stuff, honestly. But I'm at the point right now, since I had a super rough last couple weeks, that I just don't feel like I can lift up a purse and talk about a 2-year-old piece of gum coming out, you know? I feel like I just need to talk to you guys and get certain things off my chest. I've realized that the reason why I don't talk about stuff normally is because I do have like a fear. You just don't want to be seen as pessimistic or weak. And I'm just trying to kind of change that narrative in my head, because by talking about stuff, it's bringing more awareness to it. Other people can connect with it and not feel as alone. Even in my mind right now, as I'm like thinking about what I'm saying and what I want to say, it's like there's so much that if you don't experience debilitating daily chronic pain that you can't understand, that it's, I almost like in my mind, I'm like, okay, then what's the point in even talking about it? Because those comments from people who just don't get it are the ones those are the hardest. And mostly it's because those people haven't experienced anything close, which I'm so happy for you if you have not. And I think I've just tried to kind of change my mindset a bit with YouTube, especially that update video a couple months ago was really the first time I I think I kind of opened up more than I ever have. Most often for me, it's much easier to stay in a positive place. I do want you guys to know what's going on to a certain level. One thing I've always struggled with talking about with this stuff is that it almost feels like once you open the doors and say something, then you kind of feel like you need to update people. Do I need to start putting makeup on? I think I do. Okay. I'm doing that thing where I'm already like debating just cutting out all this and refilming that intro and talking about something totally different. Even like when I talk about these things in real life to family or friends or whatever, I get to a point where I'm just like, okay, I feel like I've vented. I need to just, for my own mental sanity, stop talking and move on with the day. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. But I feel like, what is this video? Long story, not very short. I have found a new chiropractor closer to my house now since I moved. And then I'm also going to be going to a new spinal center next week. And they're going to be doing nerve blocks, I think, which I've never done before. So I'm always happy to try new things. I will try literally anything at this point. I just try and stay optimistic about anything that I try. And please, like I say in whenever I've talked about this stuff, please don't leave comments down below about things to try. I know a lot of you are saying it to be helpful, but it's not helpful mentally when I read those comments. I think I'm extra kind of frustrated right now because within the last 2 weeks, I went to San Diego to go home, which I think that's what kind of started it, because usually when I fly, it just sends my body into a major flare-up. So the whole time in San Diego, I was in bed or in the house. We made it to dinner one night. I got a burrito. I think that's it. And then I came back and I had a friend from the East Coast that was in Seattle that was supposed to stay with me. And I was super excited to see him because I haven't seen him in a long time. And that couldn't happen either. So it was kind of just like back-to-back things, you know? I'm super used to adjusting plans because 9 out of 10 times I have to change them. In my mind, nothing is ever set in stone. Like flights, trips, you know, I kind of just go with the flow and see what happens that day and hope I can make it to things. But it's extra frustrating when people are counting on you for certain things, just like extra pressure, and then you kind of feel extra guilty. As my editing self here popping in, it's actually a couple weeks since I filmed this video. When I tell you, I've gone back and forth 200 times debating to post this or not. It's like every day for the last couple weeks. I'm not kidding. I think about it like 15 times. But a few days after I filmed this video, I have had some days where I've been able to like be out and go on walks and go to the gym, eat at restaurants and stuff, and it's been incredible. I think one of my like hesitations with posting this kind of stuff is just that I don't want to ever come across not grateful for being able to walk. It can be a lot worse. You could have cancer. You could be paralyzed, you know? Whenever I'm going through like a funk like I was when I filmed this, I try and always just remind myself of that. My arm's getting very sore, so we are lowering here, folks. It's just such a fine balance of like letting you guys in and also coming across in the way that I'm intending, so I don't know. Anyways, back to the video. By the way, I just put on this. I've been freaking loving this. It's the Givenchy Tint Couture City Balm in N104. I don't know if they make lighter shades. I could use a lighter shade, but it just wears so well throughout the day. It like looks like skin. It's light coverage, but you can build it a little bit. I would actually say it's kind of like medium coverage. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Been really liking this one. Whew, feeling like I got some stuff off my chest. I'm gonna try the Huda Beauty Sugar Cookie. Why is it so bright? I guess I'm just not used to it being sunny while I film lately. It's been like gloomy. I think I need to turn down. I think I'm feeling like a super matte face, so I'm gonna use the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. And I think I just want to put that all over. I don't know. We're just experimenting today. Makeup is not totally the point of this video, you know? I haven't tried this Givenchy thing with powder yet. By the way, this powder is freaking bomb. The Urban Decay Stay Naked The Fix. I'm using the shade 20 CP. So good. It just like really softens everything and the shade's really nice on me. That Peach Perfect just like really darkened my face. So I was trying to brighten it up with that, but it's still looking a little bit dark. Okay, I'm trying to think of like other updates, but honestly, not a whole lot else has been going on. I can give you an update on my bed. I'm gonna go in with the Milani Precision Brow Pencil. I did a one brand tutorial testing Milani, and I've been really liking this brow pencil since then. If you are also struggling this month or something, or this week, or today when you're watching this, I just think about the hours that I am able to go enjoy stuff. So sometimes I'll get questions about like how I travel and stuff and how I go about doing that. And I still book trips. It might turn into a situation like San Diego where it doesn't happen, but I fly there. Or it might be something like Leavenworth where I can have a few hours each day. So for me, those few hours are worth it because I would otherwise just be here. So I think you kind of just have to make the most of that and try and not let it stop you from doing things that you want to do, even though it will, but just trying to, you know, enjoy the times that it doesn't. Whenever I'm at like, I don't know, the grocery store or the drugstore, whatever it is, I just try and think like you never know who you're passing in the aisles and they could be going through the same kind of thing. The other day I was in line at the pharmacy getting a prescription and I saw the lady crying to the pharmacist, and it seemed like she had been to that pharmacy for like years and they kind of knew each other, and I'm assuming she's, you know, going through something rough too. So you really just, you never know. This is a new blush from MAC. It's their Glow Play Blush in the shade So Natural. I don't know if this is like a cream. It feels like the Bare Minerals blush a little bit, the texture of it. It's not showing up a whole lot with the brush. I'm gonna use a sponge. I think it's kind of that like texture. There we go. Okay, yeah, you definitely have to use a sponge with this. It is like more, or you could use your fingers. It does have a glow. Ooh, I like that. I'm going to be having another empties video coming because I've been powering through stuff. I don't know, I feel like the last empties video I did, there were like a ton of good products like skincare and like the stuff that takes you a long time to go through, you know, that's a good product. And now I have a bunch too, like a bunch of face wash, some skincare. So another empties video will be coming. Oh, I like that. I'm going kind of ham on the blush today, but because that is pretty peachy, I'm going to use a more cool tone shade for bronzer, my go-to. In the first or second week of March, my boyfriend and I have a New York trip planned, so fingers crossed. I'll be in a good phase for that trip, but we're going to be staying in Brooklyn, and I'm super excited. I'm going to be seeing one of my friends I haven't seen in a really long time. If you guys have any New York food recommendations specifically, let me know down below. Something that's also new for MAC, this is one of their new Extra Dimension skin finishes. This is Postmodernist Peach. I like that name. Ooh. Oh, that's pretty. It's definitely like a peachy champagne. Oh, dude, that's pretty. I feel like I'm going to get a lot of use out of this. I think I'm going to get my nose, I need to get it like re-pierced now, but I think I am going to do that. It's been out for like a few months now. I'm going to take a little bit of this up to the middle of my eyebrow and just bring it up. And then to blend, I'm just going to go back on with the powder brush. Make sure those edges are all blended. Not loving my under eyes. I feel like that loose powder kind of made me lose some of the coverage and it looks a bit dark. So I'm actually going to go in with a wee bit of good old KKW number 1. If I need to like really brighten up under there, I'll use this. I'm almost at this. But this is for like dire circumstances because it does leave you like a little bit cakey looking under there, but it does really brighten. So usually if I am using this, I'll mix it or just use it like as a topper almost like I am right now. I'm almost out of this setting spray, so I just want to use it up so I can include it in the next empties. I kind of want to use this pink shadow today. This is a L'Oreal Brilliant Eyes. I used that yellow shade in a video. What was it? The Blendiful video, and it was really nice. So I might use this, but first let's grab a palette. I'm gonna use the Makeup Geek palette and use some of the purpley shades, I think. I'll have the exact shades that I'm using listed down below in the description box, and I do have a whole review on Makeup Geek shadows if you missed it. When I don't want to think about my eyeshadow at all, and I just want it to look like super blended and easy, I've been going in with these because they're so just easy to work with. So I'm going to go with the darker purple shade right here using that same brush. I just want this to be very soft. I'm just going to pack that kind of on the outer part and then blend. I just want everything to look not too intense and just very, very soft. Then I'm going to take that first shade I started with actually, but put it on my finger and press that onto the lid. I'm going to be adding the other pink on top of this. I just kind of want to create a pink, whoops, wrong one, pink base. I'm going to take this shade. It has like a little bit of a pink tint to it. And I'm going to put that towards my inner corner and just kind of blend upward. I love the lightest shades in here. Super nice for just brightening up or putting all over the lid. Then I'm going to go in with the metallic shade from L'Oreal. Oh yeah, beautiful. And then before it dries, I'm going to take my finger and just tap out the edge right there, just so it kind of fades into the matte. There's not, oh, that dried really fast. Okay, might have to add a little bit more of the matte. It does dry down very quick, like you almost can't even blend out those edges, even after I just put it down. You know what, I might actually just pull that all the way across over the lid. I think it just stopped recording for a second. Just tapping it on and then kind of blending. Then I'm going to take that light purple shade. Again, I'm literally using 2 shadows for this, besides that L'Oreal one. And then I'm going to kind of define the crease a bit more, just with the lighter shade. I have a little baby sample of the Fenty Beauty new mascara I want to try. I don't know if this is the same wand. A lot of times in the samples, they'll give like different wands, which kind of defeats the purpose. I like a little bit more volume, but this one is pretty lengthening, so maybe it would be a good layering one. I wouldn't use this one just on its own because I'm not getting enough volume. I've been really liking the Lash Princess Volume. You guys know I love the blue one, but this one, I don't even know where the blue one is. I think it's in my travel bag. This one is bomb too. It has a weird wand. Like it's curved, but it's also just, it looks like a caterpillar or something. But whatever it is, it does something magical. Because I'm not doing liner, I want my lashes to be real intense, so I'm also layering my Revlon So Fierce. What else is new? Tax season. Haven't started. I like how every year I'm like, this is the year I'm actually gonna monthly go through my receipts and keep track of everything. Nope, just have 800 receipts. But if you're self-employed, pay your quarterly taxes. Definitely helps. Did a lipstick declutter video and now I have an entire bin of, these are nudes I want to try again, like rewear. So I've got a lot of nudes to get through here. I think we're going to try Huda Bikini Babe, and then maybe I'll layer this Melt one over top. This is Melt Sext. This is like super pinky peach. Oh yeah, whoa, that's like orange. Maybe a Maybelline Loyalist. Okay, there's Loyalist. Definitely still pretty peachy, so I think I am going to take this Melt one and see if that adds a bit more pink. So I want it kind of light pink. I just got to do it. I'm going to add Caught You Bare Naked, Wet n Wild. There we go. It always literally makes any lip color look good. Okie dokie. This was the weirdest video ever. I feel like my brain is a pile of mush now, and there was probably about 45 minutes of stuff that I cut out, so it was basically just me venting to myself and then including parts of it on camera. But I hope you enjoyed this video regardless. But I will have all the makeup I used on my face today listed down below in the description box. This is a black fuzzy jacket from Amazon that I've basically been living in 24/7 and sleeping in. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.